Edinburgh Botanical Gardens are continuing their environmental research, a local effort as part of an international collective work.
I mean, the Royal Botanic Garden, Edinburgh, has a global remit, and that's based on not only its amazing collections here in Edinburgh and around the other three gardens, but also its collection of preserved specimens, its herbarium. It's the National Botanical Collection here in Scotland, and we're working very hard to make sure that it's sustained during these difficult times. Conservation is critical to what we do, and underpinning conservation is science, and underpinning science are the plant collections. And it's a sober thought that 1/3 of all known species of plant are threatened with extinction. And the need for botanic gardens has never been greater. And even during lockdown, as it's become known, there's still a lot of good work going on. All our scientists are working from home now. They have a lot to do. They've got research papers to do. They will still be carrying on discovering new species. We are discovering on average one new species a week around the world. And in terms of conservation, you need to know what is there before you can start to conserve it, whether that's in Sumatra or in Nepal or in the Highlands of Scotland. It's a bit like having, I suppose, a primary school where you don't know the children's names, you don't know where they are, they don't know how old they are, you don't know their backgrounds. And it's the same in the world of plants. You need to know all about these plants because plants underpin all known life on Earth. So once you know about them, you can start to think about conservation, methods of conservation, how things are changing in climate change, because the conservation of biodiversity and climate change are inextricably linked. In fact, you can't really talk about one without the other. So a lot of the work that we're doing is directly linked to climate change.
But practically speaking, how does work continue without hands-on access to the flowers and plants in question?
Well, I mean, thank goodness for the amazing technology we have. So they've got access to their databases, their photographs. The herbarium, we have a lot of our specimens digitized there now, about 500,000 of the 3 million specimens. So they're able to continue a lot of their work for the time being. I think as the months go on, or the weeks or the months go on, then there will be an issue of not getting into the collection and getting overseas. But a lot of collaboration obviously going on over the internet with our collaborators in Kunming in China or over in Nepal.
And the urgent message about the environment is not softened by lockdown.
A lot of people have been writing about this recently, the fact that the coronavirus is a bit of a wake-up call, not just in terms of public health, but in terms of man's relationship with the environment. The health and well-being of people is very much directly linked to the health of ecosystems. And I think what we're beginning to see here is, 75% of the world's surface has been changed, modified, interfered with by humans. That's a probably conservative figure. And the result of that, what I'm reading, what the research is saying, is an increase in these pandemics. So I think this is a wake-up call to make sure that conservation and looking after our natural environment is at the forefront of what we do in the future. Otherwise, we'll never resolve these dreadful issues that we are going through at the moment.
It is an important reminder that the climate emergency will not stop for the coronavirus pandemic. Ian McNally, That's TV.